Good evening and welcome to Match Me, the aftermatch, part 2 of the brand new dating show, Match Me, where 6 singletons put their fate into the hands of our love experts in a mission to find their perfect match. I am your host, Diva D, and I'll be giving you the lowdown on what happened after the matchup with our love experts. On Match Me, we met 6 contestants previously matched up by our love experts and watched as they played a series of games to see if they could discover who they had been partnered with. In the end, they decided that the couples would be Phoebe and Silver, Abby with Alex, and Amy with Connor. Now, only Phoebe and Silver matched up with the love experts' predictions, so they got to go on an exciting date, which we will all get to see tonight. We will also be talking to the couples that guessed incorrectly and show them who their match was supposed to be. The love experts Pam, Helen and Neil will be here to give you the rundown as to why they made their coupling decisions and shedding light onto our couples. As well as that, we have the contestants' family and friends in the audience. You guys have all bagged the best seats to get in on the action, and later we'll be given your chance to ask your questions. As always, please stay up to date throughout the show on all of our social media pages. Before we continue the show, let's remind ourselves of how our couples came to be from the previous show.
I hate this. Okay.
I turned it for a PG show.
Whoa, okay. Which one do you think smells the best?
The pink socks smell the best.
Surprisingly, the pink
Yes.
pair of socks smell the best. True. So, Silver, do you want to spill any beans? Is there any one of the girls that are taking your eye tonight?
I guess it is, yeah.
Who is it? A lie. Now, the results have come back a lie. Do you have anything to say about that, Connor?
Yeah. No.
No.
I think they might have matched me up with Silver.
Maybe Connor might have been matched up with,
Okay.
but I don't know.
I always thought like Alex,
Okay.
because it seems to be that we both are quite relationship orientated when we're in a relationship.
Oh, unfortunately, guys, it's not a match for you both.
It's not a match.
It's not a match, guys. I'm so sorry.
It's a match.
It's a match! Yay! Oh, congratulations to you both. Woo! What a steamy show. Now, it's time to meet the 3 incredible love experts who made these matches all possible. Let me introduce you to Pam, Helen and Neil. Hello, lovely to meet you. You're all looking lovely this evening. Now, let's get to know you. So, Pam, you are an author of romance novels.
I am.
You are. And how long have you been doing that for?
I started writing short stories in the 80s for women's magazines, and that got me published. And then I think I started to write a novel because everybody around me seemed to be writing a novel. So I went for romance, which was the shortest genre you could choose, and had 2 of those published. And then went on to the ones that I write now, which are, they're contemporary, but they're more about family life. But of course, there's romance. Romance is everywhere you look these days. Well,
That's
indie days.
incredible. Now, when you were matching up our couples, what was the most important thing for you to consider?
I think it would be because in my novels, often I'll have chosen the couple that are going to be together by the end of the book, and often that's not what happens. And so it's not, you can sort of think, oh, they look really good together, or they sound as if they would match, but it's not always exactly as easy as that, is it? So, we kind of did our best between us to choose the ones that we thought would get along well.
Yes. Amazing. Thank you very much, Pam. It's lovely to meet you.
Thank you.
And Helen, hello to you.
Hello.
Now, you are a psychic.
I am.
How long have you been a psychic for?
My whole life, really. I started doing readings when I was 15, and I've been very, very interested in the whole genre my whole life, ever since I was quite small. So it just came very naturally.
We say it comes naturally to you. When did you first know that you were a psychic?
Ooh, I would say when I was about 11, I started to get flashes. But well before that, when I was a toddler, when I was very little, I don't remember, but my mother told me I used to tell her things I couldn't possibly have known. So right from very small.
So what special gifts come with being a psychic?
Well, what it does is it allows you to tune into somebody's energy and get a much clearer picture of who they are. You see kind of behind the mask and you see a fuller picture of the whole person as opposed to what they just want to show you, which makes it much more interesting. It can help you to sort of point them in the right direction in their life as well.
I'm sure you're getting a lot from me this evening with all this glitter and glam. So yeah, I mean, how does it work with being a psychic? How does it work?
Okay, well, for example, for this show, what I'm doing is I'm literally just tuning into the energy of the people, which is exactly the same as what I do with a reading. I will tune into the energy of my client, and then I'll bring the messages through. I might use cards as a visual support to help bring them through. I might talk directly with my guides.
That's amazing. So yeah, I mean, my next question was going to be, how did you use these psychic gifts to help you match up couples? But
yeah.
I mean, could you elaborate on that at all?
Sure. Well, what I did was I didn't look so much at the information about each person. I looked at the picture and tried to connect with the energy of the person and tune into them to see who they really were, as opposed to what they'd said they were on the paper, because that can be two different things.
Well, it's lovely to meet you, Helen. Thank you very much. And moving down the line to Neil. Now, you're a life coach.
Yes.
So what interested you in becoming a life coach?
I think throughout your life you go through different life experiences, life events, you have different challenges, curveballs, and sometimes you can get really stuck and your self-limiting beliefs come in, your confidence drops, and it's being able to help people get through those barriers and obstacles to live the life they really want to be living. And having been through lots of challenges myself, and I think life experience along with coaching qualifications is vastly important, not just the qualifications, to have lived the experience so you can help people achieve what they want to achieve. And that's what gives me satisfaction, is seeing somebody that feels stuck, doesn't know how to move forward or struggling how to move forward, and then over the period of time just watch them achieve what they wanted to achieve.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So in terms of romance and love, is it typical for couples to come to you for help?
Not necessarily. I also offer a counselling service, and if there's relationship issues, we do that through counselling. In terms of people wanting support in terms of dating, then people will come to me with fears of rejection, anxiety, including social anxiety, don't know really how to conduct themselves, they don't feel they're very good listeners, self-confidence is low, self-esteem low, those types of issues. So I work with them to really get those areas of their life back on track and really get them set up to be able to go out and date in it and enjoy the experience, because it's one of life's brilliant experiences, dating. Unless you go out there, you're not going to experience it. So I work with people to get them really tuned up, ready to go dating.
That's amazing. And what does that include? What do you have to do as a life coach to, help them get back on track?
So it's really just working on skills they've already got inside them, but bringing them back out to the front so they believe in them.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Neil.
It's my pleasure.
Now, as I said before, without all of you incorporating your expertise, there would be no matches. Let's see how you came to the decisions you did and watch you in action coupling up our matches.
Well, we've got a good mix here, I think, to work with. She's caught my eye straight away. I think she's got the loveliest smile.
Phoebe. Nice.
Phoebe, yeah. I liked him.
Yeah.
I thought he was, Silver was just the way he said he didn't like people that are rude to waiters.
I think Abby would be really fun. She's a really fun girl. She's got a wonderful personality, very sparkling. I think she'd be really, really fun to take on a date. I'd take her on a date.
Would you? Yeah. How about Alex? I think Alex was really serious into wanting to date. Had a good range of interests.
Yeah.
What do you think about Amy?
She looks like a nice bright girl, doesn't she?
She says she's quite needy, she wants somebody to look after her, which gives the impression that she wants to meet somebody, she's ready to meet somebody. I do like Connor. He's got some real cheekiness about him, but he's got real sincerity about him as well.
I would have put Alex with Phoebe. It's less obvious, but I feel like Phoebe's so lovely. She would actually, I could put her with everyone because she's just so lovely.
I thought that.
I don't know.
And I quite like those two together because they're a bit younger than the rest.
Yeah.
He prefers blondes.
He does prefer blondes, yeah.
And she's a very pretty blonde.
I think Connor and Phoebe are a good match because of their sense of humour.
Yeah.
She wants a man to feed her. I think Connor's the one that would probably do that and do it with quite willingly.
Yeah, I can see them chilling out as well, but I can see them chilling out a bit too much because they're very similar. Amy, it is Amy, isn't it? I would actually put Amy the Silver.
Would you?
Yes, yeah, because she's such a sweet girl, and he actually likes to take care of his lady, and you can tell that comes across. And again, I felt there was a bit of bravado in his video, and he's got a much softer side as well, and I just feel that they would get on really well.
We've agreed on Alex and Amy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So really, Pam, I agree them the other way around.
So
How would
what
you
about
agree?
Helen?
That's how Helen puts
Oh,
them.
that's how you
Yeah.
put them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm quite happy with those.
Okay.
Are you? Yeah.
Put them together then.
So I'll go with the majority on this one.
There we go.
We've got our 6 matches.
There's our
Or
couples.
3 matches.
Oh,
Wow.
can't wait to see how.
3 matches.
Now I think it's time to bring out our first couple, Alex and Abby. Hello, come and take a seat. Now, Alex and Abby, welcome to the show. It's lovely to see you again. How are you feeling?
All right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, how are you feeling after the show? What was your experience like?
It was fun, I've got to admit.
Yeah, same as that. Just a lot of fun, really.
Yeah, it was fun to come out and just do something a bit different and meet some new people as well.
Now, I mean, unfortunately, you guys chose each other, which wasn't a match in the end. How do you feel about that?
I'm indifferent about it. Like, I can see us being like good friends and stuff, but I don't know about relationship-wise.
Yeah, no, I overheard earlier you talking about switching everyone around. Like, I feel like just the 6 of us, like we all just had a really nice time, sort of almost playing the games, really.
Yeah.
So it's that sort of, yeah.
So, I mean, Abby, I'm really interested to know, what did you see in Alex that attracted you to him on the show?
I suppose it's the way he talks to people. Like, he's very open. He doesn't mind sort of talking to anyone and everyone. And he's very he's very bubbly. He's a very bubbly person. You can tell that as soon as he sort of like walks anywhere and talks to anyone. So I think it'd be his personality that I was a bit like wanted to know more about him, I guess.
Charming. How do you feel about that, Alex?
Me with compliments. Oh, no. Yeah. No, it's nice. Thank you.
And what about you, Alex? What attracted you to Abby on the show?
Well, I felt throughout like the games whenever we were playing them, like it seemed like we had a similar sense of humour. Like everyone, we were sort of all laughing at the same time, and yeah, it just seemed like we were both having we were laughing at sort of similar things. So I thought, yeah, that might have been the match, like connection with humour. So.
Well, do you think there's maybe potential for you to carry this on in the outside world?
Probably not.
Probably
No?
not. I'd probably say just friends. I'd probably say just friends.
But you led up to such a big thing there. You're like, oh yeah, you know, we got on so well, it's a perfect match. But we won't carry on with it. Oh, what a shame. Now, love experts, how do you feel about this match? Yeah.
Friends can become lovers, you know.
Yeah. Very good point, Pam. How about you, Helen?
I actually wasn't too surprised because I actually felt that Abby would be attracted to Alex. So that was my first thought, although it wasn't the final match that we went with because we had to do it democratically.
Yes.
And I was overruled on that one. So that was interesting. Yeah.
And Neil?
I think watching the 2 of them together there, they're going to be good friends. I can see that. If you want me to sense chemistry in that, no, I can't quite see that there.
No.
I think they're good friends, definitely.
Amazing, thank you very much. Now, you two were unfortunately an unsuccessful match. Abby, you were in fact matched with Connor. Let's bring him out and talk with us. Hello, welcome to the show. If you'd just like to come and sit in the middle there. Now, I am going to offer you a drink. We've got some Prosecco or some water, if you'd like.
Cheers.
Same goes to you, love experts, just on the table behind me, if you want to pass them out.
I'll pass it down.
Lovely. Now, do you see how you and Abby could have been a match, Connor?
Yeah, I guess both bubbly, excitable people. Yeah, not really that great with this dating stuff, so I'll leave it up to them to decide. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's go to our love experts then. How do you think Connor and Abby were compatible?
I just thought similar ages, really, and he liked blondes. No, just I just felt that you did as well, didn't you? We just
It was really hard, wasn't
It
it,
was.
to match, and we felt it was more of a friendship match than a romantic one. But we thought that you'd probably get on really well because you're both quite bubbly and you'd probably have an absolute blast together.
Amazing. Well, I mean, that leads me to my next question. Now, Abby, you have two lovely gentlemen next to you.
I do.
Now, as we've just heard, you said unfortunately that you and Alex probably won't continue things outside of the show, but what about Connor?
Oh, I don't like being put on the front.
I mean, for both of you, a question for both of you, you know, could you see this happening, a thing on the outside world?
I don't know. I don't know any of the boys enough to sort of be able to make a definite yes or no. Like, it's the same with Alex. We've only met through the show so far, so I don't know if you guys feel the same, but it's at the moment it's very first basis. You don't know anything about each other, so I don't know. It'd probably be more friends with both of them because I don't know them at all, and I don't think they know me at all. So maybe if it went further on, then maybe.
Okay, so, I mean, this is the all-important question. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious, but do you think that this has been a successful experience for you? I mean, it might not be that you found your match here, but you might have learned something about yourself.
Yeah, I just think the overall process has been quite fun, enjoyable. Got to meet new people, met all three of the contestants as well. Sorry, four, as well as Silver and that. No, it's just been a good laugh.
Now, unfortunately, it is time for a break, but don't go anywhere because straight after we will be joined by Phoebe and Silver, who successfully guessed that they were a match and went on an exclusive date. We'll be right back. Bye. Hello and welcome back to Match Me, the aftermatch. I am joined here by Pam, Helen and Neil, our love experts, and we are analysing the contestants that have been matched up on the previous show. Before the break, we saw Abby and Alex, who are unfortunately not a match, but could still make a brilliant couple. Next up, we have Silva and Phoebe, who are our only successful match last night. Let's welcome them into the studio. Here they come. Hello! How are we doing? Please take a seat. Now, we've got some Prosecco here for you, or if some water, if you prefer. What would you like?
Prosecco, please.
Prosecco, there we are.
Thank you.
Silva, some water
Go for the water.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
sensible.
Could you pass that down to Silva? There we are.
Sunshine.
So, how are you both?
Good, thank you.
Yeah?
Incredible. I'm buzzing to be here.
Good, that's
See
what
you
we
again.
like.
Oh, dream.
So, yeah, what did you see in each other that made you a match on the show?
I don't know. I don't really know. Just more chatty than the others. More banter. I don't know.
Silva, what do you think?
Phoebe had a presence about her. She had like a warm smile, a bit of a glow. So that initially caught my eye and fantastically were matched up.
Oh, he's a charmer, isn't he? Full of compliments. We love it. Well, let's see how they got on. Let's watch the date.
She's a really cool girl. Conversation's flowing. There's banter. It's easy. It's seamless, and I'm just having a lot of fun with her. She's a really great person.
He's nice. Friend so far, I think. Not much more. So, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time?
Well, in terms of like dating,
Yeah.
I'll probably say like very much onto a committed relationship.
Yeah.
Like I'm heading towards having kids.
Okay.
Not necessarily having kids in the next 5 years, but something that we're looking forward to. And ideally have a house, like start paying the mortgage.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about marriage, but very much committed to a relationship. You know, this is it.
Yeah. I mean, can hope.
Yeah.
I could
I
say
could
the
be
same
like-
thing,
yeah,
but
yeah,
you
yeah.
never know. Might not happen. I just don't know. No, I meant in general.
I'm gonna be single
I just
forever.
feel like that question's so hard. Like, I hope you're in a committed relationship.
Yeah. What do you feel like you're still in a spectrum? What, you're 21?
21, yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
26. That's still quite young.
Yeah, it's still quite young. I hope I'm in London. I mean, I suppose I'd quite like to be in a committed relationship, but still like travelling the world and things
Oh,
like
okay.
that. Like,
You don't wanna be tied
don't
down
want to
there.
settle down
Yeah.
just the, I want to follow my mom's footsteps. She just
Spread your
went,
wings
she just
and
went
fly.
crazy, so didn't get tied down too early. So, yeah, probably like, do what I want first. Get everything out of the way.
Some things for
Fun,
you. I like
fun
that.
things,
So the idea of like women having full pressure to drop their aspirations, drop their dreams,
Yeah, no.
commit to like the best of the rest.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, exactly. So I don't want any regrets. So
What's the very last thing you want to be in a relationship that's still thinking like, what could it be?
yeah,
No.
no, exactly. No, take that.
And for me, I'll hate to be that person. I feel like I'm holding you back.
Yeah, no, exactly. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean, absolutely sensational.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you very much for a nice day.
No, thank you. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, so have I.
I mean, it'd be great to see you at the after show party.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
That looked like so much fun. So you played mini golf. Who won the mini golf?
Definitely me.
Oh,
Definitely.
Telling you lies, yeah. I went
Okay,
easy,
it was
to
a
be
draw, to be fair.
You went easy. Did you let her
yeah,
win?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Gentlemen.
You saw those shots, didn't you?
Did you fall over?
Maybe I didn't.
So, I mean, he let you win. He bought you flowers. The dinner looked lovely. I mean, Sylvia, you can take me out on a date anytime.
100%.
Yeah. So, and the dinner, how was that?
Yeah, it was.
The food was up.
Yeah, the food was really good.
Absolute dream.
Never had a vegan, never eaten at a vegan restaurant before, so.
Oh wow, it was a vegan restaurant.
Yeah.
Nice. So, I mean, the mini golf was good. The dinner was good, but it just wasn't a match. What are we thinking after the date?
I think you can tell quite early on, like in the first, kind of few seconds, minutes, if it's going to work or not.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we still had a great time.
Yeah.
So I have no regrets.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice. Well, obviously you guys guessed correctly. You got to go on your exclusive date, and you had a lot of fun.
We did.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, guys. Unfortunately, it is that time again for another break. We'll be right back with Amy and Connor, who are our final couple, who also incorrectly guessed their match. We'll also bring out all of the contestants back into the studio to reveal their match, who they thought they were first attracted to. You don't want to miss it. Bye. Hello and welcome back to Match Me, the aftermatch. Before the break, the love experts and I met with the only successful matching of the show. Now it's time to meet our final couple, Amy and Connor, who unfortunately guessed their match incorrectly. Let's bring them out. Hello, come and take a seat. How are we both?
Yeah, very good, thank you.
Good, lovely. Now, Amy, what did you see in Connor that made you think he was your match?
I just felt like we'd had like a good bit of banter in one of the first games, and thought there might have been sort of like a personality thing there. Yeah, that was it.
Lovely. And same question for you, Connor. What did you see in Amy that made you think she was your match?
Just think generally the same. Like, I know there's like an age difference and that, so we didn't really think there was any sort of like chemistry or anything between. It was just more of a personality similarity, really.
But I mean, you guessed each other as your match there, so would you say you had a connection on the show?
I'd say it's definitely, like Connor was saying, like a friendly connection. There wasn't like the spark.
Oh,
or
not
the romantic.
another friendship. Goodness me.
But yeah, like obviously, like as Connor said, like there is quite an age difference between the two of us. So obviously that's why like neither of us saw it going any further either.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll pass over to our love experts here. What do you think about this?
Well, I think they look absolutely gorgeous together.
When you say an age difference, at your ages, what is a big difference in age?
So there's like just over 4 years difference between us, which I think when you're younger, you notice the gap more because what you need in life and where you're going is very different. So obviously, like Connor's just starting uni and I'm just leaving, and so we're at two very different points for us. So I think in terms of the age difference, it's because of where we are. Like that's why it probably wouldn't work.
I mean, I didn't put you two as a match because didn't look at the age. I don't think the ages were even on there, to be honest, but more interests and what your likes are, and couldn't quite put you two together, but another friendship, as we say.
Yes, another friendship. So, I mean, obviously the situation is that Connor's just starting uni and Amy's just leaving, but I mean, if that wasn't the case, how do you think this couple could work out in the outside world?
That's an interesting one. I think there would definitely be a friendship there. That's from their personalities, from their sense of humour. But we didn't match them so much on the romantic side because they seem to want slightly different things.
Yeah. Any other thoughts from you guys?
I think for any relation to work, you've got to spend time together and really understand each other. So even though you're going in different directions, maybe with certain things, you could still have a relationship if you spent quality time together and it all worked. Talking generically here, not I'm not trying to match you two.
I mean, you talk about this friendship here. Could there be that friendship outside of the show?
I don't know. You just have to wait and see with things.
Yeah, see how it goes.
Yeah.
I mean, you all seem pretty friendly on the show, so I mean, I think you have made friends on the show, right?
Yeah, definitely. As a group, we have all got on really well. So doing this experience together has obviously given us the opportunity to get to know each other better. But yeah, we definitely, as a group, we're all get on quite well. Yeah.
Well, at least the show got us there, got us some friendships.
Yeah.
Lovely. Now, you two were unfortunately an unsuccessful match. As I said earlier, Amy, you were in fact matched with Alex. Let's bring him out to talk with us. Hello. Come and take a seat here. Alex, how are you?
Not too bad, thank you.
Now, you also guessed the wrong partner on the previous show by going with Abby, but you were in fact matched with Amy. How do you feel about that?
Oh God. Looking back on it, it's kind of like the similar answer. Like, we could have been matched with anyone. I thought. Like, everyone seemed to be having a really good time. Yeah, really, that's what I think. Like, everyone seemed to be having a good time. It could have been anyone. Could have been matched with anyone.
So, what do you think in particular about Amy that it was that made you guys a match?
Probably, maybe the sense of humour, maybe at times. Throughout the games, I did notice I was laughing a lot at particular things when Amy was laughing a lot at particular things as well. Also, that was the same with Abby, so I probably wouldn't have matched myself with Phoebe at that point. It was either Abby or Amy for me, I thought.
Now, in the shots game, that's where I particularly started to notice a connection between you two, because you both got really kind of competitive with it. You started to have a lot of fun, and I think you guys were choosing each other to drink these shots. Now, what was that about?
Let you start.
I don't know, it was just 'cause, like, he was just easy to pick on because he was the loud one. So you were like, right, I'm going to punish you with that shot. Like, you can drink it. Because you know he'd as well, he would have taken it with a pinch of salt. He wouldn't have got upset about it or anything. So, yeah.
Ah, love experts. What do you think about these two?
I think there's more of a connection than they probably let on
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
ways.
I think we were right.
I think you were as well. So, Amy, you've got two lovely gentlemen sat next to you.
Yeah.
Now, one that you partnered yourself up with, and then one that the love experts partnered you up with. Could there be a potential kind of life out there on the outside world with either of them?
I think it is very much like friendship. Although that seems to be like the sin word. But yeah, like, friendship-wise, I think we all get along, but romantically, I don't think there's anything there.
That's such a shame. Well, I mean, like Pam said, and we're holding on to it, friendships could lead to a relationship.
Who knows?
We'll have to wait and see. Lovely. Well, it's been lovely to see you all, and a real eye-opener to see you both and hear from the love experts and what they were thinking when they coupled you. Now it's time to bring out all of the contestants. Hello, ladies. Hello. Come and take a seat. Gentlemen, if you'd like to come around and sit at the back. Lovely. Well, hello, everyone. It's lovely to see you all in the same room, all here together, and with our love experts as well. Lovely. Well, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you remember way back at the beginning of the show when we asked you to write down who you first thought you were matched up with?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Well, it is that time of the show where we're going to reveal who you chose. Are we ready?
Always.
Here's some I made earlier.
Never.
Here I have 2 envelopes. Now, these contain your answers to who you first thought you were going to be matched up with, just based on first impressions. Because first impressions are what? Everything. Okay, so we'll start with the boys. So first up we have Alex. And I can confirm that your first impressions and the person you chose was Phoebe. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that? Why did you choose Phoebe?
When we sort of come in and sat down and we started doing the first game, I thought I noticed, I was obviously wrong in terms of the match, I thought I noticed Phoebe looking at me quite often while we were doing that game. So I thought, okay, there's something there. Might be something there. So, yeah, and then as the game went on, it was like, as I said, with all of us, we were all laughing at basically everything. So I thought it might just be Phoebe.
How do you feel about that, Phoebe? Well, we'll move on to the next boy. So we have Silver. Now, I can reveal that the person you chose was Amy. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Well, it was after I saw her VT and she was saying how being with somebody ambitious is quite important to her. And for me, it didn't show in actual my VT, but as like top criteria, somebody who's driven, who wants to do big and amazing things in life. And I thought like, damn, I like that, I respect that. So that's my thinking.
Lovely. Well, our final boy over there, Connor, how are you?
I'm good, yeah.
Good. Okay, so I can reveal that the person that you chose, based on first impressions, was Amy as well.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us a bit about that?
Well, I think they're all very attractive girls themselves, but it was just basically a process of elimination. It just went down the line. Picked Amy, really. That was.
I mean, it is first impressions, so
I thought all of them were very attractive, so I just didn't really know who to choose. Went with Amy in the end, but yeah.
How do you feel about that, Amy? You had 2 guys choose you.
Wow.
Flattering.
Very flattering, yeah.
Lovely. Well, let's see what the girls chose. So, first up, we have Phoebe. Now, based on first impressions, I can reveal that you chose Silver. What do you have to say?
Yeah, from the VT, I was like, everyone's laughing at his VT and stuff, so we were like, chose him.
Okay, and moving on. Amy, I can reveal that the person that you chose was Silver. What do you have to say about that?
It's kind of similar reasons to like what the pair of them have already both said, that from the VT, like Silver had like quite great energy, and I've kind of like felt, you know, like it was a good sort of like energy to be around. And obviously with him saying that he was looking for girls that were like determined and had ambition, and I thought, well, I've got that, so I thought that's why we might have been matched.
Nice. Silver, what do you have to say about that?
Thank you very much for the content. But yeah, everything Amy said is just spot on.
Nice. Well, moving on to our final girl, Abby. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great.
Good. Well, I can confirm that the boy you chose was Alex. Why was that? Do you want to tell us a bit about that?
I guess it's what I've said like previously. He's like very bubbly and very like, I think in his VT, like he talked about how like obviously his golf and stuff is quite big for him, and my horse riding is quite big for me. So I thought I just sort of went off like the both had like a hobby, I guess, and sort of that might relate, but I don't know.
Well, thank you very much, contestants. So, love experts, a couple of questions for you. So, what does initial attraction between two people say about a couple?
Whether they're going to make any effort to get along, because I think when you first meet someone, it takes a little while to make an impression, doesn't it? I think you might initially think, oh, he's lovely or she's lovely, but you don't know until you start speaking. So I think, yeah, first impressions. Yeah.
First impressions count, but try not to be too judgmental in your first period of time with somebody. Get to know them. And I think be yourself. And what's really refreshing with these guys is that everybody's been themselves, not try to be somebody to get a date with somebody, if you know what I mean. That's really good tip to take forward later in life, is always be yourself when you're out dating.
What about you, Helen? What do you think?
Well, what I will say is that first impressions are quite instinctive. So your intuition's jumping in a little bit there if you let it, and you can actually know in advance if you're going to be compatible with someone instantly. So you know if that spark's there, if that potential is there. But obviously if it grows in something or not, you know, depends on getting to know them. So I do think it's important.
So with the phrase love at first sight, do you think that's a real thing? What do you think about that phrase, love at first sight?
I think it's a dangerous thing. Also, what is love? There is nothing in the body that says that's love. And we can all perceive it in different ways. What one person thinks love is, another person may think it's something totally different. So, love, lust, first sight maybe. It's a difficult one because until you define what love is, it's
a huge attraction can lead on to more, obviously, because if you're really attracted to someone, you want to continue. But of course, you both have to want the same thing as well.
Right, it is time for another break, but do not worry, we will be right back for the final part of the show, where we will be talking about our lovely studio audience and discovering what the future holds for our couples. See you soon. Bye. Hello and welcome back to the final part of Match Me, the aftermatch. Before the break, we got all of our contestants into the room for our breakdown, and we're going to talk to our studio audience. But before that, Helen will be performing some card readings for us. Now, Helen, as we mentioned before, you are a psychic, and you're very kindly offered to do some readings for us today. Would you like to talk to us about that?
Yes, absolutely. I've got some cards here ready to go, and what I'm going to do is just pull one card for each of the contestants, just to get a little bit of advice for you about your love life and see what's going on there, and hopefully give you some good advice about what's coming up in your love life. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to start at the back. So I'm going to start with Alex. I hope that's okay. You can be my first victim today. Okay, don't worry, there's nothing to be scared of. There's no scary cards in this pack. So, okay, so I've got this card here for Alex, and this one is lovely. This is actually called Inner Power, and I think this one is telling you to be a little bit more confident in yourself when it comes to relationships. So be aware of who you really are and don't feel that you have to hide maybe your talents or your light under a bushel to make other people feel better about themselves. So don't be afraid, to show who you really are and to, really shine your light, because what I see for you in the future is to be matched with someone who's really quite a bit of a go-getter, and they will be looking for that light in you. So make sure you are really being yourself and showing your real inner personality and your real power. And yeah, don't downplay yourself. All right. So Silver, okay. Just see what we have for you. Oh, the one wants to come off the bottom for Silver. Okay. All right then. Lovely. Oh, okay. So this is a really lovely card. This is actually dreams coming true, this says, so that's very exciting. Not to be taken too literally, because I'm not sure if a unicorn's going to fly in or a magic carpet. But it's lovely, because I do feel that you're very much in control of your own destiny. You know what you want, and you're very good at manifesting and creating the life that you want. And I think as a result of that, you are actually going to go the places you want to go and achieve what you want to achieve. And I think people would say about you that you're very good at making things happen. And I feel in your love life as well, it will basically work out how you want it to, because you'll make it happen. And the universe can't argue with you, and they will send you that love that you're looking for. It's not too far off either. Yeah, I can see a big red heart here on you. It's not far off either. There's a big relationship coming for you soon, an important one. So yeah, that's one to enjoy. Yeah, okay. Here's Connor's card.
Joker.
Okay. Right. Okay, this makes a lot of sense for you. The card is called Feeling Safe. And what it is saying is that it's okay to be you in the world. So I know there's a lot of bravado that you put on because you're actually quite a shy person inside. So you hide it by being bigger than everyone else, louder than everyone else, brash and You're actually a very sensitive person. So it's okay to show people that your more sensitive side as well. You don't have to hide it or feel ashamed of it. Although I feel from your background, you feel like you need to hide that side of yourself. You feel like you have to be a big man, but you don't. It's okay to really be yourself and show that softer side, and I think that will bring you more success in your relationships, and you'll find a better match as opposed to being matched with someone who's attracted to the persona that you're putting out, attracted to the real you. Yeah. Okay, Phoebe, we're going to go to you next. Oh, lovely. This one actually looks a little bit like Phoebe. It looks a bit like you.
Oh, wow.
With the lovely long hair.
Wow.
I like it when that happens. That's cool. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, what they are saying is to stand up for yourself more in relationships. Okay, don't always go along with what the other person wants. Stand your ground. Be you. She's very powerful. One, this look. She's holding this beautiful staff with a big crystal on the end. She's obviously a very magical being. And she's telling you, it's okay to stand up for yourself a bit more, be a bit more assertive. People aren't going to be put off by you being assertive. You're not bossy, you're complete opposite of that. And you don't need to be afraid of being called bossy or pushy. So put yourself out there and, demand the best, because that's what you deserve. Okay, thank you.
That's amazing.
Next is Gabby.
I'm excited.
Good. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. So this is Abby's card here. This is a rather lovely one, and it says make music. Now this is beautiful. It's a very beautiful card here, all in pink. Very pink and girly. And I do feel that it is partly, I don't want to take the music word too literally from this card for you, but I do want to bring the sort of girly side out a bit more for you and allow yourself to enjoy that side of you, because you don't really, you're not the girliest girl, you know. Allow yourself to have that side and enjoy it. Don't be too scared of it, because you can work it into your whole personality. At the moment, you kind of shy away from the girly side of yourself, but it has a place in your personality. It doesn't need to be cut off completely. So bring it in, integrate all those sides of yourself. And again, it sort of makes you the whole person, and that's what's lacking at the moment. Just allow it. Okay, and finally for Amy. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, lovely. Look at that. Oh, happily ever after. Isn't that nice? Isn't that what? I don't need to say anything. No. Okay, this is a lovely card, and it's a very reassuring card as well. I feel that's what you need at the moment. I feel almost like you've kind of given up on the dating game, which is why you're here. It's like, well, I'll give it a go because nothing seems to be working. I don't know how I'm ever going to find the right person. It's never going to work out, so I'm just going to try all these crazy things and see if something sticks. But there's a lot of reassurance telling you that, you know, that your story is only just beginning, and it's going to be very exciting. And I feel that you may actually meet somebody through your work who will end up being your significant other. So it's a slightly longer journey that the universe has planned for you, which is why you haven't found that one yet. But don't worry, it's coming, and it will be great when it happens, and you'll have all the things you've wanted. So don't worry.
Oh my God, that's too much.
Is that okay?
Can we have a round of applause for Helen? I think that's Thank you so much for sharing your gift with us. So everyone knows what happened on our show, but do the audience have any questions for us? Let's take a look. Hello, lovely audience. How are we all this evening? Good. Looking very lovely. Now, does anybody have any questions for our cast or our love experts?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, yes. Coming over to you. What is your question?
I was going to ask Helen, who do you think is going to be the most unlucky in love?
Oh, that's a loaded question. Goodness me.
Good luck with that one.
Oh, I'm not sure I want to answer.
Got to spice things up a little bit. Got to spice it up.
Oh, okay. As I'm put on the spot, unlucky isn't a word I like, but possibly challenges. I think possibly Connor. But that's more to do with challenges within himself that he needs to work on. But he already knows that, so I don't think it would come as a shock to him to hear that.
Lovely. What's your name?
Owen.
Owen, thank you for your question.
It's okay.
So, does anybody else in our audience have a question? You, hello. How are we this evening?
Very good, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. What's
I
your
was
question?
just going to ask, if you had a son or daughter the same age as any of them, who would you want them to date?
I actually have granddaughters that age and grandsons. So, who they're all great. We said that all the way along, really. In fact, our lovely girl in the middle of the front row she just reminds me absolutely of my oldest granddaughter. She's not the same colouring or anything, but there's something about she sounds the same. She's the same shape and everything, and I don't know. I could pick any three of those guys in the back row, and I'd be happy to see her with them.
And I agree. I have twin boy and girl. Okay, they're married, but before they were married, boy, girl, happy with any of those they brought home, because these people are really genuine, nice people.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. They come across. You know, you are who you are, and I know I'm repeating a bit. Always remain that way.
Yeah.
So many compliments for you guys. You're going to be walking out of the studio, you know, big-headed. Lovely. So, does anybody else have any questions? Yes, you over there. I'm coming over. What's your name?
Ollie.
Ollie, what's your
this
question?
one's for the three girls. Out of the three boys, who would you shag, who would you marry, and who would you kill?
Oh, good question. Good question. Well, take it away. What are we saying?
Do you know what, Amy? You can go first.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Oh, okay. Who's behind me?
Alex.
Right, okay. Shag, marry, kill.
Oh, she was to the point. She was quick. She prepared that answer.
Oh, you know.
Abby, what say you?
Okay. I'd probably go marry, kill, shag.
Ooh.
Yeah. You go.
Now, Phoebe, before you start, bearing in mind you went on a date with Silver, let's not forget. What's your answer?
I'd probably say the same as Amy, actually. Yeah.
Sorry.
Just to make sure.
I'm the only one that survives.
Lovely, very good question. Thank you very, very much. So, any more questions from our audience? Hello there, what's your name?
Alfie.
Alfie, what's your question?
It's for the experts, basically. What do you think's more important, having a relationship where they have similarities or having somebody who challenges you more?
Good question.
I think challenge is a good one because you either learn and grow with it or you just stay in your own shell. So from your own personal growth and journey, I think challenges are better. Just from experience, that's all.
Helen?
That's interesting. I agree in a way that challenges help you grow as a person, but I think for longevity in a relationship, there has to be that cohesion of having things in common. So I think soulmate relationships in particular can be very, very challenging, and they help us to grow enormously, but they're usually very painful. So for me, the challenging relationships help us to grow as people, but they don't necessarily have the staying power of, they don't necessarily last as long as the relationships where you have more in common. So I would prefer to have the relationship where you have something in common, just, have a bit of a break, and then you've got that long-term potential, I think. Yeah.
And Pam?
And I'm going to go totally the other way and say opposites attract. I was married to two men who absolutely were not interested in reading and not interested in writing, but they're absolutely fabulous men and supported me totally in what I was doing.
Amazing. Well, let's give a round of applause to our lovely audience this evening. Lovely. Some brilliant, brilliant questions there. Lovely. Now, we've all been through a long journey. Do you think the matchmaking process worked for you? I mean, we know it.
Well, we haven't had any relationships, no, friendships.
Let's change that question. Do you think that the matchmaking process was effective?
I have no regrets because they introduced us to people who wouldn't necessarily have met otherwise.
Yeah.
So for that, I'm grateful.
Amazing. Girls, anything to say?
I think, the question-based answers where we'd have to guess who it was, I think that was a good way to sort of, break the ice between us all.
Yeah.
Because it was sort of us going, oh, okay, that's the person that matches up with. So I think that was quite a good way to sort of do it all.
Well, unfortunately, that's all the time we have today. Thank you so much to our brilliant love experts who have worked endlessly to match together complete strangers with their compatible partners. And don't they all make a brilliant match? 6 friendships, better than 3 partners, am I right?
Yeah.
Brilliant stuff, good work. And an even bigger thank you to our amazing contestants who have put their heart on the line and in our game of fate. They've all been open to making brilliant connections, and although some may have lost, everyone here is walking out a winner. Tune in next time when 8 more singles are matched up by our experts and play the game. I have been your host, Diva D. Thank you all for watching, and good night. Bye-bye.